Greetings and salutations, this is Rick. I do hope you're having a great day. Okay, we are on our way to Empire. Yes, it's that time of year again where I'm going to be entering another world. Another time and place and another world, that little bubble that becomes Anvil over the course of the weekends. I'm going camping in the new van that isn't completed yet. As you may have been watching my van build videos over the past couple of weeks, I've been basically kitting this van out to become a motorhome. It's about 80% done, and because I've nicked a load of components from the old van, I couldn't really use the old van, so I'm sort of had to go with this one. Now I've taken a couple of weeks off work and I've been working solidly about 12 hours a day on making the van, and I must admit I'm feeling pretty tired right now. It has been pretty full on. Now it's not necessarily a good thing to go to a LARP event already tired, because every LARP event I've ever attended I've always come home absolutely exhausted. So I'm going to have to employ a little bit of self-care on this event. I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to push myself because I know I am already tired. And I think I'll be okay if I just take things easy. I mean, I don't do the battles and stuff anyway, so I just kind of, mill around and just enjoy the atmosphere. And that's what I absolutely love about attending Empire. It's just the atmosphere. It's amazing. So if you think about it, this camper van is not only going to be my home for the next weekend, it's also a time machine. And it's not taking me to any point in time in Earth history. It's taking me to another world in a time machine. How cool is that? Okay, so letting my imagination get carried away with me there. But this is what Empire does to you. It fires up your imagination. It gets the creative mind sparking. And that's why I love it so much. So I'm going to chill out now and settle down, enjoy the journey as I travel to the other world. Right then, just arrived. I'm in the Winter Mark camp, which is a little bit further down from where I was camping last time. So before, if you look, before I was looking along there and then up the top entrance there. But this is the new lower field, the Winter Mark area, and there's the entrance right there. There's my van. And then everything, you've got Winter Mark over there, and then you've got Dawn a little bit beyond, which is where I'm going to be. So just going to get unpacked and we'll take it from there. Just cooking my tea. Going to go for burgers, I think. There we go. And no, actually they're not burgers, they're lamb steaks. And cooked from frozen. The freezer is working, so I'm really happy about that. And everything in there is staying absolutely frozen solid, so very, very happy. So yeah, I'm absolutely starving. I've been out and around for about an hour and a half now, just chatting with a few of the other people that I know and meeting up with a few other people. Met the big cheese as well, met Matthew Pennington for the first time. He's the main man who runs it all, so I had a nice chat with him. That was good. And he said that he liked my videos, so I was quite chuffed about that. So yeah, the plan is to just have a bite to eat because I'm absolutely starving, and then I'm going to head over to our house and say hi to everyone. Some people have already arrived, others are still yet to arrive, and help them with the setting up. I was going to do that on the way here, but I'm so hungry. I'm going to have a bite to eat before I do that. But oh, it is so hot. While I was out and about, I was trying to figure out how I can carry water with me without it falling out of character. So I've got these kind of water bottles with me, and I went over to one of the shops and they sell these, and this is perfect. Look, it's a perfect fit. Just goes in there. I think it was Dark Blade that I bought this from, and you've got a little popper thing that goes on there like so, and it goes on your belt, so you can actually carry it around with you, and then obviously when you want to take a drink, you just put it up so far and you can drink from it, so it doesn't break character, it doesn't break immersion. So very pleased I got that, so perfect. Well, good morning. It is Friday morning. I've just had my first night in the van, and I have to say, got a thumbs up. I'm so glad that I chose to go for actual real caravan cushions, because this is probably the most comfortable sleep I've ever had in a camper van. This is my 4th van. I've done 4 builds, and on every build I've tried all sorts of different ways of making beds, and this by far is the most comfortable one. Now, yes, I know it's not the perfect colour, it's a very sort of 1980s colour because I basically bought these second hand, but I don't care about the colour or how they look. They are really, really comfortable and incredibly practical. So I actually had a good night's sleep on my first night of camping, and that's pretty much sort of unheard of. There's 2 people having a sword fight next to my van. So apologies for not making much in the way of video yesterday. I spent most of the evening down at the house, and because it was so hot, we basically waited until the sun had gone down a little bit before we actually started setting everything up, because it was just too hot. All we could do is just try to sit in the shade during the sort of the sunny hours. So it took quite a long time to get everything set up. But I had a lovely evening. It was so nice to see everyone again. It feels a bit like a family reunion when I come here now, and that's really, really nice. And yeah, so good to see everyone. And we just basically, we started off, we had a nice meal in the tent, and then it was just so hot in the tent. We moved all the benches outside, and we sat outside under the stars or under the canopy, and just spent the evening just nattering about whatever. A couple of new people that joined us. One person was completely new to LARP, just like me. They'd never done LARP in their lives. I think they're planning to do like battles and stuff over the weekend, so that'll be good for them. But yeah, it was just a really, really nice, relaxed evening, and really, really enjoyed it. Now, plans for today are in about an hour's time I'm going to go and meet up with a couple of the others, and we're going to make a beginner's guide to Empire video. But then after that, the plan is just to take it easy for the rest of the day. Going to chill out, just kind of meander around, maybe have a look around the shops, because we've got some really cracking sort of LARP shops here. Lots of, it's quite strange. You're going into this it's like an armory. Everywhere you go, there's swords and pole arms and shields and all sorts of in character stuff. The shops are pretty cool, so I kind of like wandering around them, picking up all sorts of knickknacks and things. The game actually starts tonight at, I think it's 6 o'clock, so they call time in, and at 6 o'clock tonight, that's when everybody will be in their garb. Now I'm looking forward to getting all dressed up again, because it's kind of really fun, but in this heat I'm not sure if it's going to be as much fun as it could be, because I've got to wear like boots and trousers. I've got a big thick shirt, a tabard, but hopefully I'm not going to just turn into this giant sweaty monster, because that just won't be fun. But yeah, in time starts at 6 o'clock, and it goes through right into the early hours of the morning. So I suppose the advantage is at 6 o'clock it should be a little bit cooler. Greetings and salutations, this is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. As you can tell, I'm sat in the Orzel tent, and I have a couple of guests with me. This is Kate, who you've seen in the previous video, and this is Holly. Now you may recognise Holly's voice from the Empire animation. Okay, So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. We've just got to kill about 5 hours now until time in. We've just done the video with Holly and with Kate, and I should be putting that up at a later date. The video went really well. It was quite a long video, so it's probably going to be not for everyone, you know, from my channel, but it'll be a general information video for people interested in Empire. Walking through Anvil, it's getting very busy now. People still arriving, ready for in time at 6 o'clock tonight, and I keep getting people coming up to me and saying, "Are you Rick?" And yeah, loads of people, well, I say loads, there's been about 8 people so far. I've said, "Oh, I watched your videos," and like some people are saying, "I'm here because I saw your videos." Other people are saying, "I was trying to convince somebody to come along and they weren't sure, and then I showed them your video, and then they came along." So it's really great. I mean, I love the fact that the videos that I did previously are actually helping people to decide to come along here. That's really quite wonderful. So it's really nice. If anybody's watching this that I met you, you know, here, it was really nice to meet you. I really does sort of mean quite a lot to me, that the fact that people are coming up to me and saying, look, you know, thanks for doing the videos. I feel really makes me feel all warm and fuzzy when people do that, so thank you. Right, it's coming up to that time. We've got about an hour and a little bit before time in begins. So I've got my box. This is all of the LARP gear I brought with me, and I've got to sort it out. Now the first thing I need to do is, I've got a notepad here, like an in-character notepad, which is like this quite ornate looking diary, and it's just got a pencil in it and some pages, which are look like handmade paper pages. Now I'm going to write down everything that Ned can do, so all of his skills and all of the ingredients he needs to make those skills. I'm going to write those down now, and then when I've done that, I'm going to go through this and figure out exactly what it is I'm going to wear. Done. Right, so all of Ned's abilities are now in the book. So next up, we need to create Ned. I have no reflective surfaces in the van. I have no mirrors or anything, so I have no idea what I look like. But I'm hoping it's sort of, you know, going to be suitable. Oh, maybe move the belt off to the side a bit. So, wish me luck. I'm going in. So there we go, that's it. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've had a thoroughly enjoyable evening. Very tired, but the weather, it turned a little bit. Started raining about 6 o'clock when it was time in, but it was actually quite welcome. It kept the dust down because all the grounds got quite dusty, but also it kept the temperature down as well. And for most of the evening, the temperatures were really quite comfortable. I actually got a little chilly a little while ago, and actually had to come back and had to get another layer. But absolutely fantastic evening, and I'm so pleased with myself that I was able to do the role playing properly. Up until this event, I've always been quite, you know, my actual role playing, my being Ned, has been very sporadic. Very, you know, I've been more me than Ned. This event, I decided, right, I'm going to just throw myself into the role. I'm going to leave Rick in the van, and I'm going to put Ned out there, and that's exactly what I did. And I basically became Ned for the whole evening, and it was just brilliant. And I became this other character, and it's really strange because I just kind of, it makes you look at the Empire almost like through different eyes. And I was able to get into game. There's all sorts of little things that were happening, and because I was retaining to Grania, I was basically shadowing her. Wherever she was going, I would carry her money and her resources, and if anyone was trying to sell us anything, I would be the one that they'd have to negotiate with. And I was basically being her, almost like manservant, if you like. But it was brilliant because it threw me right into the game, and like I say, it was like seeing it through a new set of eyes that isn't Rick. and we got all this gameplay out of it, and there was all these things happening that we were trying to solve, and I'm not going to go into it, but it was really immersive. And for the first time, this is my third event, for the first time I've really properly experienced the role-playing immersion, and it was brilliant and I loved it. So I'm obviously going to be doing it again tomorrow. It's Saturday tomorrow, and the guys normally go to battle on a Saturday, but this time they're going on the Sunday, so they're going off to Monster on Saturday morning, which is tomorrow morning. Which is fine for me because I'm not monstering, because I'm non-combatant, so I get a nice lie-in tomorrow morning, so that's fine. I can just sort of chill out, make some breakfast, and kind of meander along there about lunchtime or whatever. I'll figure that out tomorrow morning. So tonight I'm just going to chill out, have a nice evening, and then going to have a nice shower and go to bed, and then just hopefully have a really good night's sleep. I'll be really happy if I can have a really good night's sleep. I'm feeling quite relaxed now. I didn't have a lot of alcohol, because sometimes alcohol can sort of keep you awake and give you disturbed sleep. So I'm really hoping I get a really good night's sleep, and I'll be nice and fresh tomorrow to do this all over again. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It is 11 o'clock the next morning, and I've just got up, and I've got a feeling my hair looks really weird, because one of the disadvantages to having a shower before you go to bed is you end up sleeping on damp hair. So you wake up in the morning and you sort of end up looking like some sort of strange tropical bird. So apologies if the hair's a bit weird. So it's Saturday morning, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and my house are off doing monstering, which means there's not a huge amount for me to do, which means I can have a nice lie-in, which I did today. And I'm so happy that this bed is really comfortable. I slept like a baby on it last night. So I'm really happy that I made the decision I did in getting the basic second-hand caravan cushions, because these are so comfortable, and I think I'll probably do that in future whenever I do future builds. Right, getting ready to go off to the event. Now I'm going to have a go with these braces today, because I'm about to go to an artisan's meeting. Apparently there's a meeting of the Council of Artisans, or words to that effect, but I'll have a go at wearing these in the hope that they don't end up twisting around my arms like they seem to want to do a lot of the time. So we'll see how we get on. But my character Ned, he's actually looking at getting his own place very soon in Beltane, building his own forge. So it's kind of important that he attends this meeting and learns what he can, interacts with some of the other artisans, so that he can learn how to start peddling his abilities. So that's what I'm hoping to do this afternoon. Hopefully meet some new acquaintances and some business contacts, because a lot of the time it's about drumming up business. So Ned is capable of making certain items, so it's important that he can find buyers for those items. But this is what going to the meeting's all about. So I've decided to go, like I say, for the braces. Now I've also decided to go for the collar. Now I actually have no idea what this looks like. This is the basic tabard. Now normally the collar appears on this, which goes underneath the tabard, but it's a bit too warm again at the moment, so I shall leave wearing this until tonight. So for now I'm just going to go with the basic tabard, but I have got this additional collar that goes on, so it's supposed to look a little bit more sort of military, or a little bit more militant. So all I need to do is do these buckles up, and then I'm going to have to go and find a shiny surface. So I might have to stand outside and look in the van, or the side of the van, hope it's shiny enough that I can actually get some indication of what it looks like. I should have tried this on at home before I come out, but like I say, this last couple of weeks has been such a mad rush, I just never got a chance to do it. So anyway, if it doesn't look right, I can just pop the collar off. It's not a problem. It's just a neck piece where it sort of comes down to about here and then goes over the back of the shoulders. These buckles are really awkward to do up if you're not in front of a mirror. But yeah, these bracers, I mean, they look the part, but I mean, already I can feel it digging into my hand. But obviously, as an artisan, the idea of these bracers is they protect your arms from sort of, if you're working in the forge and you're dealing with molten steel or molten metal, they protect you. So, right. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go off and I'll let you know how we get on a bit later on. Okay, that's it. It's about 1:30 in the morning and I'm back for the night. Got to get up nice and early tomorrow. Very, very interesting night. I mean, it was a great night, fantastic as usual. Lots of singing, lots of great entertainment. And then it all got a little bit strange. That's the way I can put it. Tensions became high because of the battle, or the pending battle tomorrow. Basically, there's a lot of trepidation about the coming battle because tomorrow the house and the nation and several other nations have to go to this place where people are coming back cursed, and then they're turning on their own people. And what's been happening over the course of this weekend is people have become possessed by this curse, people that have been to this particular land in the past, and it's got quite nasty, and they've ended up attacking people, and some people have been badly injured. And as we celebrated the evening and with song and prose and poetry and lots of pretty amazing stuff, rumours began to fly that somebody had gone berserk in one of the other camps, all due to this curse. Anyway, obviously this is all in character, acting, but it's all done to actually feel really real, and because everybody is in character, you just kind of get a little bit swept up along by it. And anyway, it resulted in some, let's just say, some pretty heavy arguments happening even in our house, and things got a little heated. There was definitely a few eyebrow raising moments. And now there's kind of lots of rumour and talk that perhaps not everybody is going to go through the portal, there's all sorts of controversy going to happen tomorrow morning before the battle begins. So it's going to be very, very interesting how it all unfolds, but tensions are very, very high at the moment in the game. The biggest worry is that our nation go through the portal to try to deal with this issue, and then they end up coming back being cursed and then turning on their own people, and people are talking about it being the end of Empire, and it'll literally destroy itself. So it's quite unnerving, thinking about what possibly could happen. Now, whether there'll be any last minute things that come along and save the day or not, I don't know. I don't know what plot is planned or how it's all going to unfold, but it's very, very intriguing. Yes, very, very interesting night, and I have to go to bed now. I'm going to have a quick shower, and I need to get to bed because I literally got to be up and out there by about 9:30, and it's already 1:30 at the moment. So I'm not going to get too many hours sleep tonight, but hopefully I'm going to set an alarm, and even if I'm pretty tired, I'll just knock a few coffees back and I'm sure I'll be fine. So I'll let you know how it all goes tomorrow. Okay, it's about 11:45 the next day. I've actually been up since about 9 o'clock and went over there. I helped to gird my lady, which has helped to put on her armour, and I went with everyone to the portal. It was just, the atmosphere was just amazing. Everybody kind of marching towards the portal, ready to go through into battle, and a little bit of milling around, and everybody sort of because there's an awful lot of tension regarding this battle which is taking place right now. You won't hear him over this when you can actually hear the battle cries in the background at the moment. But there's a lot of tension in the camp at the moment because nobody knows what condition everyone's going to be in when they get back, because they're going to this cursed place. And I know this is all story, but it's when you're immersed in it, it really feels like real, and you can cut the tension with a knife, you know, through the whole camp. I mean, there's just a few of us at the moment just sat up in the house, the ones of us that are non-combatant, and it's a very, very somber atmosphere. It's very quiet, not many people saying a lot, and yeah, it's pretty intense. So I've just popped back. I'm just going to I need to grab a couple of things, and I'm going to head back out there again. The others are going to start coming back now. They've been gone, getting on towards an hour, so they're going to start coming back now, or over the course probably of the next hour or so. But yeah, the plot thickens. I just hope I don't get I hope I don't end up getting stabbed or something by one of my lot because they've been possessed by this curse. So it's going to get interesting. Okay, we're back, and it's only about half an hour left to go of in-game time. It's all starting to wind down again now, and it's been an amazing event, and I'm glad to report that everyone in our house made it back safely, although some apparently are slightly cursed, but they've undertaken a certain there was a word for it, like a cleansing that's basically left them numb of emotion, and that will technically play out till the end of the game today. So at the next event they'll be back to normal again. So thankfully everybody made it back, and it wasn't quite as bad as everybody thought it might be, and for now the enemy that they were fighting has been dealt with, so that's really good. The atmosphere at the moment is I think everybody's quite tired. It has been quite a full-on, quite an emotive one this time round, and the bad weather hasn't helped, although I wasn't expecting this amount of rain. We've had quite a lot of rain again, and some little parts of the field are starting to get a bit muddy, but nowhere near as bad as that first E1 back in the spring. So anyway, I've had a fantastic event, really good, really happy. I'm not mentally exhausted like I have been on the last events that I've been to. I'm actually feeling quite, I wouldn't say refreshed, that's not the right word, but I'm definitely not anywhere near as mentally tired as I was on the previous events. So that's good, and I think a lot of that has come around from me having a bit of an attitude change. I think before I was getting a little bit, I was overthinking everything, and as soon as I settled into just being my character, that overthinking just kind of naturally went away, and I just kind of went with the flow, and it made things a lot easier. So basically, I have this habit of overthinking things, and that's exactly what I've been doing for the previous LARPs. But this one, I came along here with an attitude of whatever will be, and it really worked. And so many things clicked this time. Before I was struggling to get my head around certain aspects of the game. This time round I was able to properly roleplay and really get into it, and it was really great fun. I love doing it, and I can't wait to be back here at the next event, to be Ned again and interact with my house characters and then interact with others as Ned. So that's really good. And I've also got my head around the beginnings. I'm not going to say I'm completely I don't fully understand how it all works, but I've sort of got my head around the artisan game now, and I've actually taken a commission. I've been paid for it, and I know that I can make that during downtime, so that when the next event comes along, I can find my customer and then present them with the item that they've ordered from me, and I've earned money for doing that. So that's really good, and hopefully I'm going to carry on doing that, selling my my artisan abilities to other people and making items that people need. So it's going to be good, and it's, I probably mentioned it before, it's just added this whole new dimension to the game that's enabled me to engage with it on a much greater level. And that's really good. I also spent some time up at the Sentinel Gate today, seeing everybody off, and really, that was really good. Very, very atmospheric. You know, so everybody saying their farewells and their good lucks and everything, because everybody thought, when they went through that gate, everybody thought, well, they weren't sure whether they were going to be coming back alive. And you know, their characters obviously, and it was quite an emotive moment. But it was amazing. It was so good, and like Nin said in one of the previous videos we did, it's very cathartic to sort of go through that sort of emotional, the highs and the lows. You feel there's this kind of release that happens, very, very, very cathartic. So what I'm going to do, the house tent is all being taken over by a coven meeting at the moment, so it's very busy and crowded there. So I decided I'd pop back here and start tidying a few bits up, sort of breaking this rig down, ready to go home. But then I'm going to stick around and help the other guys to pack away all of the equipment and everything, and then I should be on my way home again. So I'll probably make another little video just before I set off. And then that'll probably be it for this video. So I will have a little chat again with you very shortly. So that's it. We are on our way home from the Empire event, and we're back in the time machine, and it's going to take me back to reality and back to normal life. But it does genuinely feel like we've been living in this little bubble for the past 3 days. This otherworldly place, and it's just such an amazing place, such a magical place, and you just, how can I put it, you just you completely forget about the real world while you're there, you know. Plus the fact that you well, not literally, but you leave your real world person sort of behind, and you become this other character as well. It's incredibly difficult to explain, but I completely got the role playing figured out this time, and by doing that I had a completely different experience to the experiences that I've had previously. I've had a much better experience to the experiences I had previously, because of I've been able to live in this world as a character from within this world, if that makes any sense. It's not going to make any sense. It's one of those things you have to do and experience in order to know what I'm talking about. But it's just been brilliant. It's just been so good, and it's been so good to meet up with everyone as well. Like I say, it's like having another little family, you know, and you just go and meet them all and have this little family reunion again. And we had some great song and we have some amazing laughs, and we've had some like up times, we've had some down times, we've had some scary times, and it's been an emotional roller coaster. But one of the things I've noted in particular this time round is that my brain hasn't all gone to mush. The last 2 times I came away from the Empire event completely sort of mentally exhausted, and you know, my brain was just sloshing about in my head. It was just impossible to string a coherent sentence together. I haven't got that this time. In fact, I'm feeling a little bit refreshed, despite the fact I attended Empire at the beginning on Friday, actually feeling a little bit burned out and very, very exhausted from doing the van for 2 weeks solidly. You know, doing 12-hour days, just trying to get the van up to scratch and workable to do this event. So technically I should be feeling really, really exhausted by now. And yeah, I mean, a little bit physically tired, but I'm very, very much switched on, you know, in my head. And I'm also feeling quite creatively inspired as well. You know, one of the first things I want to do when I get home is go back to the in-character writing, and I want to start writing stuff down. And I've got all these ideas for my character, for Ned. He's been staying with Gronya's parents. Gronya is my ladyship, who I retained for the whole weekend, and thoroughly enjoyed that. That was just so good. I was just like, think of it as, I suppose I was a little bit butlerish, but I was just basically her manservant, if you like, her shadow, and I really enjoyed it. It was just so good. So Kate, thank you for putting up with me over this weekend and ordering me about and letting me run errands for you and sort of being your sidekick. That just gave me some great game, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned so much. It was just brilliant. Now, you wouldn't believe the number of people who came up to me at this event. It must have been at least 25 to 30 different people who came up to me and said, "Are you Rick? You're Rick. I've seen your videos," which was absolutely wonderful. If you were one of those people, it was so nice to meet you and to hear some of the things that you had to say, because you were saying that several people were saying that they chose to go to Empire because they watched my video, and that's just a wonderful thing to hear. And it was lovely to meet you. And you have to excuse me if I seemed a little bit dumbstruck when when I was talking, because when people come up to you and say, you know, I've seen your videos, I have no idea how to respond to that. It sort of it catches me by surprise, and you know, I have to think about what to say. So don't be offended by my my replies. I know one chap, one fella, he said about, I couldn't quite hear him, but I think he said that he also had certain anxiety issues, but at the time I didn't quite hear him, and I was saying, oh great, oh yeah, that's fantastic, because I was with some other people as well who just collared me and said that they'd seen the video, and I really didn't mean that at all. I didn't mean it like, oh that's fantastic, you've got anxiety. I was just kind of getting a little swept along in the moment. So yes, I do apologise to that gentleman. I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think you know what I meant. I was just very a little bit overwhelmed by seeing all these people sort of coming up to me, and don't get me wrong, it was lovely. If you see me in the field and you want to say hello, don't be afraid. I think it's lovely when people come up to me and say that they see my videos, and it really encourages me to make more videos. And it's just nice to know that people have benefited from them. So you know, if you do see me, you know, don't be afraid to say hello. But even if I do seem a little dumbstruck and not entirely sure what to say back, it's just a nice experience. Now, I have to admit, this time round I didn't have any of that roller coaster stuff that I talked about in the previous LARP. In the last one, it was like an emotional roller coaster where quite often you're sitting there thinking, why am I doing this? Do I really want to keep doing this? You know, why am I here? And then eventually you decide, yes, I you know, this is what I want to do. I didn't have that at all this weekend. I literally, every second, every moment that I spent at LARP this weekend, I wanted to be there. I didn't feel bored. You know, there was at no time was I doing anything that I didn't want to do, or at any time was I thinking, you know, why am I here? You know, is this really for me? Throughout the whole Empire event, all I could think about was like, I can't wait till the next one. So that's a good sign. I think that's going to be my barometer as to whether or not it's a good LARP, and this was by far a very good LARP. Now, there were other things that I wanted to discuss in this video, but I cannot for the life of me remember what they were. So perhaps in the future I may make another video, a little chatty video about LARP again, you know, my experiences so far or something, I don't know. But we did make that other video with Kate and Holly while we were there on the Friday, and I'll be putting that up as a separate entity, and that will be going up probably within the next couple of weeks. But for now, I think I'm going to leave this video here. It might be quite a long video, but I hope it was entertaining or, you know, interesting. I didn't get a lot of filming done sort of outside of the van. That's basically because there were a lot of people around where I was camped, and the camp that we were in, it was a little bit more concentrated, less open space. So it was a little bit more dodgy filming actually on the field, you know, before in time. From memory, most of the video is just basically me video logging. So it might not be as interesting as perhaps the last one, but if you've got this far, then thanks for hanging in there. Please give me your feedback in the comments below. It would be good to hear from you. Also, if you attended LARP and you want to give me any feedback on anything you might want to see in perhaps a future video, that would be good. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to sign off this video and then just settle down, enjoy the journey back into the real world, enjoy the journey in my little time machine, let it take me home, back to my world and my reality. Might have a nice takeaway meal tonight, just as a little softener, to soften the blow from, you know, the crash that you get because you're on such a high, and you know, you have such an enjoyable time at LARP. Coming back to the real world, you know, where you've got the everyday mundane things, you've got to go to work and everything, it's a little bit of a downer. Everybody gets it. So I think tonight I might have a really nice takeaway meal just to soften the blow a little bit, and just kind of ease me back into the routine of regular life a little bit more easily. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video and you've got this far. That would be great. But until next time, have a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.